Welcome to the Urban Impact Show. We are live at the studio out here in Windsor Heights. If you would like to book the studio, which, have we all used the studio yet? Brittany, yes. You used the studio too? Yeah, we've all used the studio for our private events. You can call 515-996-0326. Our shout out to Lauren Campbell for blessing us with this space to be able to go live every single Sunday. I'm your host, Dewana Bradley, and we have
Brittany Janelle.
I forgot. Oh man, Rob Johnson.
And we have Rob Johnson. Welcome, welcome. We are here to talk about all things going on in the world today. And I don't know about y'all, but there's been a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
happening.
It's a lot. World, community, town.
Yeah, it's just been crazy. And I think a lot of just, I don't know, heaviness. I feel it. I mean, I felt it probably for the last few weeks, especially in our own community here, of just events that have taken place. That has just been pressure and heavy on people, especially this time of year. I said it last week, I'll say it again. There's nothing worse than tragedy striking during the holidays. It's something that you never forget. Even when you experience it 10 plus years ago, you still remember where you were when something happened. And I know for me, that rings true during the holidays for me and my kids. And I know, Rob, you had mentioned that for yourself, too, during this time. So
yeah.
There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot happening in our community, unfortunately. Man, it's crazy to even think that we have children dying in the ER.
Yeah.
And doctors are sending babies home talking about giving children's Tylenol.
Like, that's not enough. I mean, you just literally had a really bad experience this week with your son, so you know firsthand.
I did. I've literally been in the house all week.
How's he doing?
He's better now.
Praise God.
But
Isn't it scary, though? Because he can't tell you, Daddy, this hurts. Daddy, can you give me medicine? He can't tell you what's going on.
yeah.
his entire body was red. And had to take him a couple times to the doctor because the ER just didn't do what they were supposed to do. So then we find out after what he has, and then it's like, well,
how did y'all miss this?
Yeah, like this is.
Were they just not testing him?
They didn't even touch the boy.
Oh my God.
I thought that was strange.
That's one thing I always feel about the ER. Like, what are y'all here for? Because then a lot of times they'll give you like a small diagnosis, and then they'll be like, well, go see your primary care doctor. It's like, well, what are y'all here for?
Yeah. No, it's bad. I'll play the person that says I feel bad for all of our hospital staff right now because they are overworked and underpaid, and people are spending on average just in urgent care. I did something as simple as cut my finger, and I called to make the appointment to go back there. And they were like, well, we're urgent care. And I'm like, well, no, I was told to make this appointment with you all. And they said that I would have to wait. I'd have to walk in to get the stitches out. And I'm like,
why?
I'm not waiting for that. I said, can I just ask my regular doctor? But when I called my regular doctor, she said, well, some urgent cares here in our city, a 10-hour wait to be seen in urgent care. And that's the place that you're supposed to go so you don't even have to go to the emergency room. And you're saying a 10-hour wait at an urgent care. We are still in a time of sickness. It might not be COVID we're talking about, but there's something strange going on out there. I think I called Rob or texted him this week. I was like, I have a little bit of everything. I had a fever. I had hot flashes. Like I had all of these different things, including not being able to eat because everything was messing me up. Now, granted, I didn't go to the doctor. I did. I called a nurse, and they kind of diagnosed me, and my doctor followed up with me. But it's just bad right now, but especially for the babies. Like, they are the ones who are suffering the most at this time.
Half of Richie's daycare, I went in, I think it was Tuesday. It was like 5 kids. Usually it's like 20. I'm like, where's everybody at? Were y'all supposed to be closed today? And she's like, no. People were sick, and then the next day, Richie had a fever, like off and on for like hours. But it's like everybody in his daycare was sick.
Yeah, it's a lot happening, man. We waited 6 hours in the ER.
It's crazy. Was he hollering and upset? Like,
so the crazy part is I kept telling the staff in the lobby, hey, can y'all get me something? Like, he's going to throw up here in just a minute. Lo and behold, all of a sudden, all over the couch, all over the floor, and it was projectile vomit too. Right. And so, it was all over my clothes, all over him, and they was like, well, do you want to change him? I said, to what?
I want you guys to take him back there and see what's going on.
And then they was like, well, we don't know. I said, if I leave to go change him and come back, I'm going to have to wait another 6 hours for this. He threw up either 2 times or 3 times in the lobby before they even came to get him. Honestly, then he used the bathroom because he was really bad using the bathroom, and I almost just let him go on their flow.
To be like, look what I'm dealing with.
Y'all problem, because I'm not cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Y'all problem. I would have stepped right over it and just moved to the other side. I'm so for real too.
And what do they mean? What are we gonna? They don't have like little baby gowns or whatever they could have gave you to.
Well, they was like, I was like, to what? It was like, we don't know. Well, I guess I should have brought him a change of clothes. Right.
I didn't know we were going to be here for 6 hours, though.
Definitely didn't know that. Definitely did not know that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week. I've been caked up in the house literally all week, with a baby who has only slept for an hour or 2 hours at a time the entire week.
Wow.
And at one point, in the middle of the night, his stomach was hurting so bad, he was up almost every 20 minutes. Wow. And so it was just one thing, and then his body is super hot, then he's super cold. It's just one thing after another. And it sucks when it's your child and they can't talk. Yeah. There's nothing you could do about it. So
you got to try to predict what you think is going on. And it's that time of year, and I hate it, and it sucks. And it's like, what can we do to try to prevent this? We can't really. I know I can't, because he goes to daycare, so he's gonna get something from somebody.
See, I've prevented Elias from going to daycare his entire first year, and I'm gonna see how long I'm gonna be able to prevent him from going the second year. Yeah.
Good luck.
And it's getting really busy, and so it's like, man, at some point I'm gonna have to.
Do you work from home though?
No.
I'm about to say, isn't that impossible to?
Well, so with my schedule, I can do as I please.
Yeah, so you can plan around.
Yeah, and I can, and I can't even lie. This baby has such a village around him where. If I needed somebody to nanny him for a day or two or something like that, it's literally one phone call. And I am super grateful for that because everybody don't have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't. Everybody don't have that, and it's just he and I. We just trying to make it flow. So yeah, we're doing what we can. As Talib Kweli says, just trying to get by.
Yeah.
Just trying to get by.
Well, we're thinking about all of you, parents, caretakers, grandparents, whomever are taking care of our sick, and we also are thinking about you, our hospital workers, as you are putting in hours and hours and hours. You might not be. I am. I have friends that work in the hospital field, so my heart's in with them.
Well, let me put it like this. I'm thinking about the Mercy people.
Okay.
Y'all at the blank ER, y'all gonna have to do better. And the Lutheran ER, y'all suck.
That is from Rob Johnson only. That is not from our Urban Media or the Urban Experience magazine.
That is true.
These are the views of Rob Johnson only.
Y'all hit me up. I ain't hard to find. As Deion Sanders say.
I'm about to say Deion Sanders.
As Deion Sanders say.
I ain't hard to find.
Well, hospitals, I love you because I tell you what, I've had more health issues than I think the law should allow.
They've done well. They've done well.
I love y'all.
You know who I like? Dr. Ronnie Hawkins.
You have talked very highly
Dr. Ronnie Hawkins.
Yes, I've heard you talk.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? Dr. Aldridge for Eli.
Okay.
Dr. Aldridge.
Everyone says Dr. Aldridge
has truly been a god. Ronnie Hawkins for adults and Aldrich for kids.
I will throw another doctor out there since we went into this doctor thing. Dr. Gutu is an amazing doctor.
I know him.
Neurology.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you,
he was a part of the Juneteenth. Yeah.
So,
he's dope.
Yeah, and he now has his own private practice.
Is he taking clients?
He is
taking new patients.
He is taking new patients. But I'm telling you,
Tell him he just got 2 more.
I'm telling you, he is amazing with neurology. My son had dealt with dizzy spells and all of this thing when he was growing up, and there were 2 things he told him to do. You know, drink water till you can't drink it no more, and stay away from Red 40. Red 40, it's in the ingredients. You know, just stay away from it. And he did that, and I'm kid you not, it changed things for him because I do believe there's things that we eat that just our bodies don't respond to. So Dr. Gutu, if you guys are looking for a neurologist, Dr. Gutu is the man to go to for that.
And if you're looking for a dentist, go see Dr. Haley.
Over
at Broadlaws. That's my dentist. I really want her to come on the show. I know she's super busy, but yeah, and I have a strong dislike for the dentist. Strong dislike for the dentist. I like having good teeth.
Yeah.
And clean teeth, but going to the dentist is not. Crazy is I had a press conference and I had to get into the dentist because I had some stuff going on. And I say to Dr. Haley, I say, hey, I got a press conference. I need to be able to talk when I leave. She says, oh, okay. No problem, Rob.
Laughing gas?
No, she only did it a little bit, right? But still, when I got in front of that camera, my lip was like
Professor
here.
Clown.
I said, oh, God. She was like, I tried my best. And she was watching too. Like, let me see if this can work. But she did a great job though, man. She did a great job. She got in there, did everything I needed, and yeah, she may not be taking new patients, though.
I don't know, but she helped me out. She fit me in one time because I was desperately needing.
Yeah, I remember
that.
Yeah,
I was desperately. I did.
Yeah, I said, hey, go see Haley.
I need someone to work on my teeth, and then come to find out she's my sorority sister. So shout out to Dr. Haley. But she made wonders, help with this tooth of mine, and she's been great. So she did fit me in. I don't know if she is taking in new patients, but
I don't know if she is either. So well for y'all.
Yeah, but good for us. You know, she took me in.
And I guarantee she's gonna take Elias James too.
Yeah, no, she is great at what she does.
I'll take him.
Well, we're gonna take a break because we're gonna come back and talk about hot topics and our guests that we might have on the show. But we are gonna talk a little bit about hot topics. There's been so much going on in the world that we could really spend the rest of the time talking about hot topics. So we will be right back with Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. We are ready to have some hot topic discussions because there's been a lot going on in the world. And so I'm going to talk with the one that everyone's been talking about, because every time I scroll through something, I see another video, I see another post of him dancing, I see another write-up of someone saying they can't believe that this happened. But let's have a conversation about Twitch and the fact that he committed suicide. For those who don't know, I'm sure many people know now that he was 40 years old. He was found dead with, I'm not going to go on to say about how he died. I think that's too much information. It's too graphic for me, maybe for others too. So I won't go into, and it could be triggering for others. So I won't go into that piece, just to say that he died by suicide at a hotel that was not too far from his home. From all looks of it, from what we saw on the outside, he seemed like an individual who was very happy with life and seemed to be enjoying things. I've read so many different posts, about, oh, how could he, or, we don't know what people are going through, or we just don't know that. And there's a lot of things we don't know and we'll never know, nor do we need to know, because some of this is very private between the family and the information that they found out on. But I think the one thing that it did do was it raised awareness for us all to be mindful of the people around us, the people who look at us every day and say, how are you doing? I'm fine. That's normally my go-to phrase, is I'm fine. But now I'll tell people, like, no, today I'm tired, like it's rough, like I just want to go home. I think we need to start being a little bit more open with each other. But if anything, I think it's made us aware that we need to check on the people that we love. And so what was y'all's kind of response? I can say more, but I'm not going to dominate the conversation. But
I think for one, you hit it on the head. It's like, you check on your strong friends, people who always portray and I know that I'm somebody too, I don't really share a lot when I'm down or I'm going through something or my energy's off, and I think just because it leads into more of a conversation, so you're just so easy to be like, oh no, I'm cool, I'm fine, so that they don't keep asking you more questions and you have to kind of divulge in. And I have so many questions about what happened just from seeing that video the night before. Then they just celebrated their anniversary. They seem so happy. It's like, what happened? I know his wife she's grieving, but just to some of his close friends, what was it like that night, the day before, because he seemed happy, and I just struggle with mental health is so important, especially men. I think we don't check on them enough. And we all have a lot of men in our life, whether it's your dad, your uncle, your man, your husband, your son. So it's just I would just encourage you to check on them, check in with them. If you have men in your life, maybe, and they're not in your household, maybe set up, I'm gonna check on them once a week, or I'm gonna see, because I think we forget about men a lot because they don't show as much emotion as females.
Yeah, that Twitch situation was sad, man. No matter how you look at it, the brother who smiled every day, right, ends up taking his own life. You just never know the pressure that somebody's under, man.
Pressure, yeah.
You never know what they're struggling with, and you may be someone that triggers something in them that day. Yeah. And because your attitude sucks, and now they have gone to continue on with a plan that they could have diverted. And I don't know if y'all saw what happened with Master P and Lil Romeo.
Yeah. I feel Romeo.
But I mean, even Twitch led to Romeo breaking out of his shell, talking about
trauma.
Talking about how he's feeling. Black men's suicide rate has increased by 3 times. If y'all noticed, just the other day, the Urban Impact page made a post to Black fathers.
I like that.
And it was just a random post, right? It wasn't nobody's birthday. It wasn't Father's Day. The stigma that Black men don't show up and Black men don't take care of their families, that Black men don't do this, right? But we posted 30 Black men.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. on a random day, we posted 30 black men who says, hey, we in this thing.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Whether mom is there, whether family is there, whether friends are there,
Whether there's a village.
whether there's a village or not, we in there every day. And I think we, there's this thing where, a lot of dads, and being one now, a lot of dads don't get a whole lot of credit for what they do, right? You know what I mean? Mom out of town, taking vacation, doing whatever she want to do, and it's the dad at home taking care of that boy, taking care of that daughter, taking care of all of those kids. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, come on, man. Like, we always do this, we do this whole thing about, we always honor moms. And look, I'm a mama's boy. I love my mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love her. And so, ain't nothing like that. But I tell people all the time, my mama didn't raise a man. My mom raised a good person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That ain't nobody but Eli. My mom didn't raise a man. My mom raised a good person. I became a man on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, I think we got to start giving men their credit.
Their flowers.
And I'll say this, and I know this is completely switching the topic,
That's okay.
but we got to give Soulja Boy his flowers.
Because he was the first to
Because if it wasn't for Soulja Boy,
the internet.
I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for Soulja Boy, YouTube, TikTok, all of that stuff would have never blew up.
Yeah.
Would have never
The first
blew
that
up.
blew up on YouTube, right? The first rapper to put
I went to YouTube. I went to YouTube for the very first time so that I could Yule on them.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They need to cut him a check for that.
Like,
He even did vlogs. He was the first one.
yeah.
like-
Are they not paying
like
for this?
we need to
He
give,
went on that podcast.
No.
It was like,
Yeah.
mad.
like we need to give
He
Soulja
was a
Boy.
kid.
Yeah, we need to give Soulja Boy his flowers. And this is what I mean. Like, men don't get
yeah.
credit
Right.
for
Black
their
man,
stuff.
black
Now let
man.
that have been a black woman who done this, right? I'm not starting nothing. I'm not starting nothing. I'm just saying.
No.
Like, let that have been a black woman who had done something. It would have been all hell broke loose
think even
had
a
she
white
not
man
had
does,
she not gotten her credit for it. You know what I'm saying? If we need to give Soulja Boy his credit, because there would be no Lil Baby, there would be no Young Thug, there would be no Migos, no Lil Uzi, there wouldn't even be a Meek Mills.
No.
Like so if it wasn't for Soulja Boy, TikTok wouldn't even have as many dances as they have right
Or a lot
now.
of these new artists who blow up on TikTok.
Who blow up
will
on
not have
TikTok
that
or
platform.
YouTube
Yeah, won't have that
or
platform.
YouTube
You're right.
because it was this black boy at a time who's now a black man. Now they need to give Soulja Boy his flowers.
Right.
And I know people
Ownership.
laugh when I say that.
I hear you.
But
With you wholeheartedly. I'm laughing. I hear you.
it was this black man
Right.
who did it, right?
Yeah.
Let's be real. All of these rappers who are now profiting, like Jay-Z shut certain things down because that may hit YouTube, or somebody shutting some down that may hit YouTube.
Or you have
But
the
they
power to
get
people kicked off of Instagram and
they
Facebook.
getting credit for this stuff, right? Look at Country Wayne. Country Wayne, the number one web series in America, right? People go to YouTube every single day to watch the new episode of Country Wayne, his skits, right? Country Wayne, if it wouldn't be no Country Wayne if it wasn't for Soulja Boy.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I feel that though. Because I think that he changed the way people got music, because it's
The way people digest it, right?
To where you don't have to pay for somebody to shoot your video, post it, do all this. You can do it yourself. You can produce that thing yourself.
That boy was
keep the money.
Yuling on YouTube.
Yeah.
He was Superman in that on YouTube.
Yeah. He
I'm
was.
just saying.
He was.
And when he did it, everybody laughed at him. Everybody called
Now they
him a
do it.
clown,
They all doing it
and
now.
now they all on
But
YouTube
they had
and
to
TikTok.
do it. They had to do it because of when COVID happened. That's the only way they was able to really make their bag because they couldn't tour, they couldn't do concerts, they couldn't. So they started the Verses, the virtual concerts, and then they started posting all their music and stuff on YouTube. There was no other way.
Yeah.
Cut Soulja Boy a check. That's all I'm saying. So
I think he'd appreciate that. We need to send this to him, and so he
it ain't
can
like-
see.
We were just saying.
Yeah.
No, for real, we need to tag him into
Let
it
them know
because
the Urban Impact Show stands behind
Yeah.
you, support
No,
you.
it's the truth though.
No, it
like,
is the truth.
like
I mean,
we
it's not
and I know
really
it
the
sounds
truth.
funny when
Yeah.
somebody say
Yeah.
Soulja Boy, right?
Right.
But y'all gotta understand. Yeah, but y'all, you like, just like Birdman pulled up on Charlemagne the God,
Yeah.
and he told him put some respect on my name. All
Yeah.
threes of y'all,
Yeah.
right? I'm
that went
telling y'all,
viral.
I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now. Put some respect on Soulja Boy name.
Right.
he was the first to do
Because
it.
He and not only was he the first to do it, but Soulja Boy is still relevant
Yeah.
Yeah.
till today.
People still
I
copy
still
him.
Yule on.
Yeah.
Right.
People still
I
copy
still
him.
Superman
though.
that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's smart. He's
Like-
smarter than some people think.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And look, I can't remember half of the songs today,
But you remember that?
but I
But I can remember the
remember.
dance.
Yes.
I can remember the dance.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And
then, like you
was
said,
the,
too-
who was the people that?
Girl, shake that laffy taffy.
Oh, yeah.
They see, they owe it to Soulja Boy. They owe it to Soulja Boy. That's all I'm saying. Somebody.
I have one more current event, which is I'm so confused by this, and I literally wish that someone would just break it down with the truth. This Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, and Kelsey Nicole
yeah.
situation, because for one, when it first came out, when it first came out, I was like, this sounds weird. This don't sound right.
Yeah.
And I every day after their the trial, I YouTube just to get an update.
Right.
And I'm still so lost.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, did
Man.
Kylie shoot her? Because
I know, that's what I-
no, seriously. And I'm like the Kardashians have so much money. Maybe they putting it on. I start thinking that conspiracy because there was no gun residue on his hand.
Right.
But it was gun residue on Kelsey's hand.
Yep.
But then I heard that Megan hooked her up with him. But then he was flirting with Kylie.
Yeah.
And then Kylie kicks him out the house. And then I guess her and Megan were arguing when Megan started seeing the dynamic, I think, of Tori and her friend, and I'm like, what happened?
It's crazy. Now that the
I
trial
just
has
want the
started,
truth.
everything has come out, and I can't follow it. And every time something new happens, I'm like, she don't even know who shot her.
I'm like Gunna with YSL and this whole thing. I plead the fifth. I don't know nothing.
Well, he didn't. He agreed to the plea, but in order to do that, that's another topic. In order to do
Right.
that, it's pretty much like me and you will be riding down the street. We got a gun, we got drugs, we get pulled over. We both go to jail. They give me a plea because I go to court first.
Right.
And I say, well, the gun wasn't mine, the drugs wasn't mine. I don't say it's Rob's,
Right.
but I say it's
Everybody
not
says
mine.
Yeah.
Well, whose is it then if it's not yours and it was only you two? So he
Right.
didn't tell, but it's like.
But he didn't say nothing else either.
But and then in court they just threw out a lot of, I guess, some big evidence that they had against Thug that people were saying now if Gunna would have waited a little bit longer, he probably would have got the exact same offer that they offered him in the plea. But I think the only thing, because no one welcomed Gunna home, and he was loved by the music industry.
Right.
No one welcomed him home. People were by Atlanta.
I think they scared right now. Nobody
Yes,
want to make a move.
but this is what I'm going to tell you. When Thug goes to court, if what Gunna said hurts him, then everyone's, oh, he's a snitch. If it doesn't, and he gets out too, then they're going to love Gunna. But right now, we don't know what's
Can
going on.
somebody find Charleston White?
I can't listen to Charleston. I can't listen to Charleston White.
Can somebody find Charleston White?
No.
And get Charleston White on the phone. So Charleston can give us his play-by-play. So Charleston can give us his play-by-play because even on this whole Megan situation, right? Like, I want to hear what Charleston got to say.
I can't listen to Charleston.
On this whole YSL situation, I want to hear what Charleston got to say. Now, do I believe Charleston White like he said, death to all gangbangers, right? This is what he says, right?
Because he used to be a gangbanger.
He says death to all gangbangers, and then they say, well, like, what are you talking about? And he says, I'm talking about somebody who's terrorizing our community, who's bullying our community, who is shooting and killing these people's kids, and y'all want me to have some sympathy for them? He says, no, death to all gangbangers. Right? And then people get mad at Charleston for saying that. And then when something happens, the very first thing they do is call the police, and they want everybody to come tell what happened. Yeah. Because it's your loved one at the time. Yeah. Right? And Charleston White is like, now, I don't get with his whole I want white neighbors and all of this other stuff he be talking about. But he be making some valid points. Like, he be making some valid points. Now, I don't believe in the prison system itself. Yeah. I cannot stand behind putting black men in prison. Right. And especially after watching 90 Days In, I never want to go myself. Like, let me tell you, I never want to be there. And so it's just, man, like, we got to figure something out. Right. I'm going to go on record and say, I believe Tory shot her. I believe he shot her. And I believe he's trying to cover it up? I believe he was.
Kelsey?
Because why would you offer her $1 million, right? Why would you offer to pay for her attorney? Why would you do all of this?
Why you think he shot her?
I think he shot her out of ego.
Yeah, I was just about to say, because he's cocky.
I think she flipped off at the mouth. He pulled out his pistol. Yeah. And this 6'5" woman here, you know, probably was going to give. She was probably going to give this 6'5" woman here was probably going to give. He was probably going to give him a good whooping.
Making it taller and taller.
You know, this 6'7" woman right here.
They said,
you know,
didn't they say he shot and was like, dance, be dance? Did you hear that?
I ain't hear none of that. Yeah. I mean, she is a stallion. Yeah. I seen her twerk on Instagram, on IG. But I mean, this 8-footer here.
She looked like a bit of 8 feet.
You know what I'm saying? She about 8'5". You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she about 8'5". Yeah, I mean, her and Shaq about the same. And so I'm like,
she should have played in the NBA.
Her and Brittany, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, I think he shot her because his ego.
And they were drunk.
His ego is bigger than his body, and you know, because he 5'2". You know, and she 9'5". You know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She 9'5" and he 4'1".
I was like, how is that even a couple?
And he said he was gonna climb that tree. You know what I'm saying?
I heard he was.
And so his ego, you know, he 3'2", so you know, she about 10 feet, and she about 10 feet. So it's like, hey. You say something else, flip at the lip, and I'm gonna make us even.
That's all he could do.
And when she got shot,
exactly,
she was 5'2".
And then somebody said
she wasn't 6'5" no more.
Somebody said that she was grazed or something like that.
I don't know what happened. And I want to be clear. I'm not making light of her being shot.
Yeah.
I'm not making light of her being shot. But I think the little homie, the little boy, I think he did it. And then I think old boy Gunner was smart.
Yeah.
Listen, which camera we in? You look at this one? Okay. I want to be clear. I want to be really clear. I'm telling.
Don't do nothing with you.
Listen. I want to listen. Look. I want to be extra. I want to be extra crispy clear on this. I want to be extra crispy clear on this. Listen. I'm not involved in nothing.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. If you do something and I'm there. And I'm going to jail, I'm not going to jail. I want you to understand, when they pull up that video, I'm going to have Popeyes in front of me with a nice grape soda. Because I done told. I want y'all to understand.
I don't consider it as a snitch.
And look, and I don't care.
They ask you, what are you supposed to say?
I don't care.
Exactly.
You call me.
In that situation, and you're a gang member, and you know that what you're doing.
You call me.
then you're a snitch. But you just like a bystander.
You call me
You're
with
a civilian. What does WAC 100 call you civilian?
You know what I'm saying? If
He said 6ix9ine was a civilian. He wasn't a gangster.
Look,
so
if you call me whatever you want, but you call me whatever you want. But I'm going home to that little boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm going.
And I think the difference is,
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
we're not putting ourselves in these situations. We're civilians. We're not gang banging. We're not doing any of that. If someone asks us a question, what are we supposed to lie on oath?
And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Which camera is it, Trey, again? This one? Okay, let me go back because I want to be really clear on this. I tote that on, and so you play with me if you want to. You know what I'm saying? The law on my side. I just want you to understand. I'm not playing no games. Don't come around me with it. I don't do nothing to nobody. So leave me out of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like Bernie Mac. What did he say? I'm be in the courtroom like he did it.
And I think what it boils down to, it boils down to too is like they rap about all these things, they say all these things, and then when it's real, it get real. If you're not matching to what you're rapping and saying, like that's the fakeness for me.
You scared? You a scared little boy?
Yeah. So you shouldn't have been doing none of it.
Sitting in the courtroom. It's talking about you a shooter and a killer.
Mm-hmm. Your lyrics.
Like this is what you say. Mm-hmm. But look, do you, brother? I stand by mine.
I know you do.
I got one because I protect my family.
Right.
But I'm not out here bothering nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk to I don't talk about people. I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do nothing.
I keep to myself.
You know what I'm saying? We try to serve our community, to help our community
Right.
in a positive way. That's what I try to do. I'm telling you right now.
Right.
You put me involved in something, I'm the wrong one. Don't call me. Don't call me. You know what I'm saying? You better call somebody
I just hope it's unfortunate because it's like for y'all to be rich and famous and doing, why is y'all still doing this stuff? You don't got to do that.
Because it's hard to now.
You don't got to do that.
I think that, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I believe mental health is a really big key in this. Mm-hmm. Like, this is, it's almost, you remember in high school, everybody wanted to be the cool kid in high school,
popular
right?
in the job.
And when you get these guys with really big egos, a little bit of money, and they can make some stuff happen in this one neighborhood, it's like, what are we doing, man? And so we cause terror on these other mothers and grandmothers because of your ego, because you feel like somebody should have did what you said. And listen, I don't live by no street rule or street code. I'm not in it. I don't care about none of what y'all talking about. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll come and try to help you in the middle of a situation. I'll be there. Yeah. And folks, y'all know my track record. Yeah. I'm there.
You'll pull up.
I don't care how dangerous it is. I'm there. If you need help, I'm there. But I'm not involved in doing none of this foolishness, man. Right. I'm not involved in that stuff. Yeah. But I'm gonna be there if somebody is in need of help. And I think they're trying their best. They're trying to live out some fantasy,
it is.
It's the music.
It is. But I think it's even more than that. I think all of these things we see stem back to some mental health issues. It really does. There's this
trauma that they've had. In their life.
And we as a culture, we don't know how to deal with our traumas. So we trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, and then don't add to the fact now I've got money and I feel like I can do anything and I can get away with everything
invincible.
because
I can pay my way out of it.
I can pay my way out of it. And I think we just deal with a life full of trauma, and that's really what the issue comes down to. All of this stuff we're experiencing, all of this violence and folks killing one another. This is you have not dealt with your own situations to take care of things. I believe it wholeheartedly it's all in the mind.
Half of the black community is suffering with PTSD.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Whether if you got a black male friend, husband, significant other, son, uncle, father, whatever the case, whatever title. Nowadays, there's a whole bunch out there, but whatever
they're calling you
Yeah.
these days,
Whatever
okay?
you go by.
I was just say whatever you go by.
Yeah.
Not here to say what it is.
It is some PTSD when they leave the house, and it's a possibility that they cannot come back home.
That's sad.
And it ain't even just the police, but it's even riding in their own neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's their friends.
You know what I'm saying?
It's their you can be in a picture with somebody 10 years ago and they murder you in cold blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the whole dynamics of this space we live in is just, it's to the point now to where it's just scary. You don't even want to, what do you do? Because you've got too much going on with everyone, and I'll joke because it's like every generation is different. I'm like, what happened to the days when we just went out in the front yard and fought it out?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like what
Why
you
are
said.
y'all shooting it out?
We just went and fought. That's
Yeah.
how we dealt with it. Like I said, where's all the boxing rings at nowadays? So now I can just start taking
Days
folks
is
when
long
you
gone.
like when you have a problem, let's go to the boxing ring and
Box
let's
it
just
out.
No teaching conflict.
yeah, so and there's no problem solving skills training being taught. So when I have a problem, the thing is we go all the way up here instead of starting with the how do we restore this? How do we fix things? How do we make it better? That stuff is non-existent because why? We've got social media and mainstream media that's saying this is how you handle your problems.
And let's also not forget that it is other ways to be violent than
Shooting.
than
Oh,
with
of course.
physical, right?
Yeah.
Like you can be violent with your words,
Yeah.
Very much
and
so.
then somebody responds physically,
Yeah.
right? Like you can be violent with your actions or
Yep.
your demeanor towards somebody,
Yep.
and then they respond physically, right?
Yep.
Like, yeah, you was popping off at the mouth, and then I smacked you in the mouth. That's violence met violence,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, but you hit him. He was still being violent,
Right.
right? Just
Right.
because his violence was verbal violence doesn't. I mean, look at how many women in domestic violence situations say a lot of he only hit me once. It was more of the mental and verbal abuse.
Oh yeah, it's
the
the
verbal
it's
violence
verbal. Yeah.
that they had to endure, right? And then when she shoot this homie, right, now she going to jail when he been violent toward her
This entire
for
time.
years.
Yep.
And she's thinking I'm defending myself, but because he didn't, it would be different if
Yes, he
he had
wasn't
pulled a gun out.
physical
Yeah, you're right.
towards
He's
her.
been mentally abusing you for years.
The
Yeah.
fact that you can't go to
Man.
the cops about a
Yeah.
stalker and protect yourself until they
Yeah.
get their hands on you.
Exactly.
Until they kill you.
Right.
Man, it's
and
crazy.
that's even bigger than the physical space.
I don't know if
I think.
anybody is picking up on the commentary behind the camera. That's
I-
happening.
we've had a lot today. This is about the most
I feel like-
commentary we've had
I feel like
on
we
a
should have
Sunday.
just brought everybody.
Yeah, everyone should have just
we
came
should
to
have
the
just brought
front.
everybody in front of the camera.
If y'all
Take
could
a
see
break.
what we're
Before
here,
we
and we got
close.
the back
need to
just
take a break
going
before we
going back there. We got it all.
We're gonna take a
got
quick
it all.
break, and then we're gonna be back, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I think it's been a pretty packed show. We had a lot of current event and things just going on. And
Good thing we're talkers.
I know.
You know, like,
On the fly.
could you imagine just being at
Yeah.
the table where everyone looks at each other like, okay, who's going to go next?
What is there to talk about? I think
Yeah.
that, you know, so I just think that we have good opinions. I think a lot of our opinions are those of our viewers too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it was a lot of good conversation today. I think that, you know, where our city is and it just being the holidays and kind of the dark cloud that's going, I really hope that people, you know, are able to get together with their families and really, really close the year out good and just have a good holiday, a good Christmas in light of everything that's going on. You know, we're praying for you, we're there for you, you know, those who have lost loved ones, and just make sure that, you know, we just kind of reflect on this year and appreciate some of the good things going into 2023. I know I'm excited and ready for, you know, new things and to experience life with my family. So
I just got one thing to say. Shout out to all the Black fathers out there.
Yes.
Thank you. We love
Yes.
you. We appreciate you. And we see you.
Yeah. I got quite a few things to say, and I'll try to say them as quick as possible. One, I'm with Rob. I think I shared a post probably sometime this week just about saying I'm praying for men, thinking about men, all of that kind of stuff. For some I'll say odd strange reason, men have been put on my heart, especially our young men. I think that we need to start doing more with pouring into them at younger ages and preparing them for leadership. I wholeheartedly believe that men are to be leaders.
Yeah.
And while I am a Black woman, I appreciate, you know, the accolades I get and the things that I get. There's nothing like being besides a Black man leading.
Absolutely.
So continue to uplift our Black men. We here at the Urban Impact Show are going to continue to uplift our Black men. And so continue to watch out for that. Some of the things that we do have coming up, we have a toy drive that's going to be is actually taking effect right now. Next Saturday, on Saturday, the 24th at the Forest Library, we're going to be giving toys away. Shout out to Hal Dixon, who is putting this together. And so we are accepting donations. If you want to donate, or if you want to don't want to do the shopping, send a message to the Urban Impact Show. We'll get you a Cash App that you can send those monies to. We will make sure to get toys for our babies. You can give donations at True Bible Baptist Church, 4101 Amherst Street here in Des Moines. You can reach out to the Urban Impact Show. But, you know, the holidays are hard for folks, and they need help. And so we want to be a part of making sure that we're helping them in the best way we can. And I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid, I loved my toys. So we want to give out toys to young folks from birth all the way up to teenagers. We want to make sure that they have something for Christmas. So again, toy drive will be happening. We will be giving out toys at the Forest Avenue Library on December 24th. So check out our page. We'll have that information up for you. We also are ready to change our look around here. So we are trying to just improve from what we're already doing. And so we're asking you to, this camera right here, Trey, we're asking you to vote on our new logo. So we currently have our current logo. We are making some improvements to the logo that we have, and so we're asking you to vote on that logo. I believe, Madison, we have, if you go to our Facebook page, you can fill out a very quick poll. It's just asking you the question, one question, right? Yep. Just one question about our logo. We will have that up and going at the first of the year. We also have some new hosts that will be joining us that you will see through 2023. And, you know, we're just trying to make this thing better.
Yeah.
You know, every year we want to improve and make this better. We know we have something special. You know, it's been a pleasure to work with you all for this year. And we've got more things to do. We're looking forward to 2023. We will not be live next week because we all need a break. We've been doing this nonstop, Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. I think we talked, and maybe between the three of us, we've missed less than 5 days doing this show. So we are totally committed to the Urban Impact Show, but everyone gets a break. So Christmas Day, you will see a replay of one of our most watched shows. We'll get that out at 5 p.m. on that day, but we need a day of rest, and we're going to take that. And we encourage you all to enjoy the time with your families and I'll just wrap it up by saying Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate. We hope that you have an enjoyable time and be safe and check on each other during this time. Be safe and check on each other because we need you in 2023. So we're looking forward to celebrating a 2023 with you. We will be back live on January 1st, 2023. All right, everyone, you have a great week. We will see you next year on the Urban
Happy New
Impact
Year.
Show.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.